Thanks for staying with us. Eskom COO Jan Oberholzer says the power utility is working on ensuring a sustainable energy supply that will help the agriculture sector. Oberholzer told the Agri SA Conference in Pretoria that the management will work with the new board to ensure additional supply to the grid. The country has faced crippling rolling blackouts with the risk of continual power cuts for at least 12 to 18 months.
Eskom's role here at the Agri SA Conference is very critical in terms of looking at the energy supply that is needed by this sector. I'm joined now by the Eskom COO, Mr. Jan Oberholzer, who formed part of the panel discussion that just got underway a moment ago right here at the conference. I'm going to bring him in to just let us in on the role of Eskom in terms of what you're doing here. And we know very well that energy supply is very critical to the agricultural sector and the economy. So welcome to the SABC. Maybe let us in on the panel discussion that you formed part of and your role here as Eskom today.
Thank you. My role was basically to talk a little bit about the challenges at Eskom that we face currently. So that I gave to the conference. I have then also given them an outlook on what are we doing to fix the challenges that we do have. I have then also made it very clear that the agricultural sector is extremely important for Eskom, and that we as Eskom understand exactly what the role of agriculture is in South Africa. And we also then understand what the impact of load shedding, unfortunate load shedding, is on the sector.
And that is something that was touched on as well by Minister Tokodi Diza, to say that we need to make sure that we support the new board of Eskom in stabilizing what is happening there at the entity. Maybe let us in on the role of the new board. Are they optimistic in terms of them resolving this issue of load shedding? And could we see really the sector cushioned where load shedding is concerned in the near future?
Thanks. In all honesty, I haven't met the board yet, but if you ask me, I believe that they understand their role very well, and that is to make sure that there is sustainable electricity supply to the country to grow the economy, as well as to improve the lives of the 61 million people in the country.
Your assurance to the sector, industry, in terms of really what is happening, looking at the load shedding, can they really be cushioned? Maybe let's speak to them, let them in on what you expect from this session here and your role as Eskom in cushioning the agricultural sector.
Look, I've made it very clear to them that we're going through a tough time, that our system is not that reliable and unpredictable the way we want it. And I also said to them that I believe that the risk of load shedding remains for at least another 12 to 18 months. And so this is unfortunately where we find ourselves. We need to get through this very difficult situation. But what is critical is that the country get additional capacity as soon as possible. That will allow Eskom to do the maintenance on the units that need that maintenance urgently. So we really do need additional capacity in the country.
All right, so thank you very much for your time, Mr. Jan Oberholzer, coming through there. He is the Eskom COO, just letting us in really on their role here today. He formed part of that panel discussion and really talking about how important it is to support the work of Eskom in stabilizing the grid. You can imagine that a whole lot of farmers have been looking at Eskom and the load shedding as one of the hindrances that are existing on the ground in terms of their day-to-day operations. But really, the Eskom COO there coming forward to say that there is a need really to support even the new board in trying by all means to ensure that energy supply is not compromised and that the economy is not compromised and that this sector is supported. SABC News, Pretoria.